Hi everyone, my name is Louise and welcome to my channel. Today for this video, I would like to talk about my experience seeing Paul McCartney in Minneapolis, Minnesota for his 2025 North American Got Back Tour. For a little bit of context, this was my first time seeing Paul McCartney, and not only that, it was my first concert ever. I had been to live shows such as Jacksepticeye's How Did We Get Here tour, but I consider that more of like a stand-up comedy thing rather than music. And I've also been to a few school plays and, very local city events like that, sporting events and things, but I'd never been to an actual rock concert before. And so the whole experience was completely brand new to me because I knew that rock concerts are very intense in comparison to those things. And if you guys don't already know, I have autism and ADHD, so sensory and social anxiety and everything like that. All those things that neurodivergents struggle with were a really big factor into this. But despite that, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed, I believe it was the song Hey Jude, when they got to the na 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 na, that part. Everybody lit up their phones, kind of like lighters back in like 70s and 80s and 90s concerts, and did the whole like swaying back and forth thing, which was really cool. And I got to join in with that with my phone. And then I think it was Obla Di Obla Da. He was like, okay, everybody in the front sing, everybody on the side sing, everybody in the middle, and like, then girls, then guys, then everybody. Like, it was really fun. And so those are like the highlights for me. And the other thing I want to talk about is Paul's voice. Personally, I think his voice was great. There was one time, I can't recall what song it was exactly. It was either Band on the Run or maybe I'm Amazed, one of those two. It was like in the middle-ish where his voice cracked and I cringed. And the reason I cringed was because it sounded like it hurt. And, of course, he's fine. He's going to be playing in Tulsa tonight. Like, currently, while I'm recording this, he's playing in Tulsa right now. And, for everybody that's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, seeing him tonight, or everybody who is going to see him later on, I hope you guys have a really fun time. But yeah, no, that part of the show, though, when his voice cracked, I was just like, oh, damn, is he good? But other than that, I thought his voice was really good. I mean, it's nothing like it used to be, but considering his age, I think it was fantastic. And yeah, I don't know, it was just really fun, seeing so many enthusiastic fans, because, I'm only 24 years old, and a lot of the people in my age group, especially where I live, aren't really into Paul. I mean, they don't, like, hate him or anything, but, they're not into him like I am, and it was really nice to see other fans for once all together, and it was really cool. And it's interesting because, like I said, I have autism and ADHD and like social awkwardness and social cue deficiencies and sensory processing pain and issues all come into play and were a factor and were kind of anxiety inducing for me. And so I ended up bringing noise canceling headphones in case I got overwhelmed. But I ended up not needing them. Like, the minute Paul got on the stage, my hyperfixation was just like, okay, Paul's there, everybody else does not exist. No noises exist, no people exist, nothing exists except for Paul. Yeah, it was really interesting. And then, like, I don't know, I didn't really talk to anybody, just because it was my first concert and I didn't want to have some weird ass shit go down, but I just had this really nice feeling of peace come over me, especially when the concert actually started, because it was just like-minded people who like what I like, and when you're someone who hyperfixates like I do, it's really nice to be around that. It makes me feel a lot less alone. And overall, I'm just really thankful that I was able to see Paul. I couldn't have done it without my caregivers that I live with, because they paid for the tickets, and it was kind of like a birthday slash Christmas gift for me. And it was also really nice that we didn't have to screw around with getting a hotel or anything. I was literally just able to come home and sleep in my bed after a kick-ass rock concert, you know? So no, it was really cool. I mean, I did have to drive, an hour there and then back, but it was worth it. It was so worth it. It was great. And my brain still cannot process and fathom that I was in the same room with Paul McCartney for about 3 hours. Like, that just seems unreal and not true to me, but it was. And it is. And I guess that brings me to the end. And the end is kind of where it gets a little weird. And mind you, it was past midnight when we started to walk out of the concert. And we were walking down the streets of downtown Minneapolis, and there was this couple, an old lady and an old man, and the lady stopped us on our walk on the sidewalk, and I swear to God, she asked me if I came from Paul's concert. And so I said yes. and then she asked me, "Would you like a little gift?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And her little gift was a little book. And, mind you, it's in the dark, and it looked like the green Apple logo for the Beatles record company. And I was like, "Yeah, sure," because I thought it was like a fan-made photo book or something. And then we kept walking, and we saw like hundreds of them on this ground, on the floor, and on parked cars, and on ledges. And I was like, why are they throwing this fan book away? But come to find out, it was a Bible. So that was interesting. And so we put it on a ledge as well. So that was a little freaky. I have no idea what that lady was trying to do. But yeah, that happened at the end. And I don't know, does weird stuff happen like that all the time at concerts? According to Google, it does. But I don't know. I just want to know, for anybody that watches this and you've been to not just Paul, but just rock concerts in general, is that a thing that happens? People giving out random Bibles? Like, it was just bizarre. It was just bizarre. So that was the one thing that was just like, okay, I wasn't really expecting that at all. But yeah, sorry if this video's all over the place. I just kind of wanted to make a video talking about my experience seeing Paul. And I just want to say thank you to Paul McCartney for coming to Minneapolis. I honestly didn't expect you to come here again. Hell, let alone America, honestly. So I'm really thankful that I got to see you. And I'll never forget it. Oh, yeah, another thing I actually forgot to mention. Literally, right now, October 22nd, I am a month post-operative from my heart surgery that I had. So when I saw Paul on October 17th, I kid you not, I was less than a month out of surgery. And, I don't know, it was really cool to be like, hey, I just went through heart surgery. Now I get to go see Paul McCartney. Like, I don't know, that's just really fucking cool. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just really thankful that I got to see him in my life, and I couldn't have done it without my caregivers paying for the tickets and driving me there, and I appreciate it a lot. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. But if you're seeing him in Tulsa tonight, I hope you have an absolute blast. And if you're seeing him at the later dates, I hope you have a wonderful time as well. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Goodbye.